Hey kids, Inverted Cow here, and welcome back to Space Engineers. As you can see behind me, we are almost completely finished. In fact, the projector has actually turned off, and the little nanobots are currently working on the final touches of whatever's left in there, which if I remember correctly, is only the reactor. That is the only thing left to build, is the reactor. Now this is still a station. It's still actually calling itself part of Base of Cow, which was really funny when I was looking at it. But I figured, since we have finally managed to get this almost done, we would move on to the next phase of our plan. Fiendish master plan. Okay, yeah. Yeah, as you can see, this is finishing. I know the welder has turned off because I ground out this window here and the slope didn't reform. Like, I couldn't rebuild it, which is fine. This is currently just waiting for a little bit more reactor components. As you can see, the number is going up as the nanobots make trips back and forth here. Basically as fast as the production facilities make them. And that is all this needs to be done. Now, it's still showing things from the original. This is the good thing about blueprints, is it still carries information from original stuff here. I'm not entirely sure how these are working yet. Echo, power time, echo, power summary, echo speed. Not entirely sure what the gig is on those. I have to check that out. I think that one of these programmable blocks is running it's running a script for one of these programmable blocks is running a script for these screens. Yeah, see, so it even the blueprint even modify or uploads the scripts that are required, that are on there, which is really handy. I'm not sure what script this is. Christmas updates, power time command. Okay, whatever. But there's that one. And I think there's another one over here someplace that's running as well, an actual script. And as you can see, this, sorry for the flickering, but yes, the things are still welding components on the ship. Even though I have removed the ship from, like, it's no longer hollow projecting, they will still try to finish rebuilding and repairing bits and pieces. Like, there we go. I think that was the kicker for this. Yes, the reactor is now finished. Now, where's my bridge access? There we go. I could have sworn I saw another programmable block back here someplace. I'll have to look around. I'm probably just going to remove those programs and put in a couple of my own, or find a new one. I think that's a text display, and then this one for the automatic torpedo thing. I think the data on this one was also corrupted. Yeah. So this one, no. This one, the data was also corrupted, so whatever that was. Also, as you can see, here, it only built the rotor, but not the projector that was actually on the rotor. That was the little warning that was there for building secondary blocks and or secondary grids. But now I'm going to work on some of the modifications to this that I've wanted to do or have been thinking about doing since I started looking at it. There are a few things. I mean, there's a couple of things that don't look like they are bird of prey. Like they're close, but not quite. This throat here should be substantially longer. The bird of prey throat is almost the same length as the body itself. So that throat should be longer, but I'm not going to bother cutting it and moving it forward or anything silly like that. But what I am going to do is I'm going to increase the size of this bridge. I'm going to make this bridge larger, somewhat larger. I'm going to make it elongated out a little bit more. I want to make this torpedo launcher large enough to actually handle building a small grid torpedo. The other thing that I am going to do is I'm going to eliminate these blocks here on both wings. That was all of those. Now, if you remember last episode or the episode previous, I mentioned that I had installed a series of blocks for angles, which is the where the heck are you? I know I put them in here. Arc. There we go. So I'm going to have to play with these here and find the armor slope that I'm looking for. I think I want the 3 or the 4. Number 6 it is. Let's see, that's the... Okay, anyhow, that's one of the things I want to do, or want to start looking at. Now, I think that looks a lot better, a lot cleaner on the wings. What the hell is this? Oh, yeah, I had an error with the once it finished, I turned the blueprint back on and it actually overlaid the blueprint on top of the blueprint, so it started welding stuff. I got some random bits in here. I'm pretty sure I got a few more that I have to find. Okay, that was those 2 blocks on that side, and that's the way it looks now, which is a fairly nice, it's a cleaner line. So I'm going to put that in. I want to try to figure out a way to make these aim inward. I want to be shooting a target in front of the ship, not directly in front of the gun turret. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to literally grind off this hole in the cell, but I'm going to turn that I'm going to put a rotor on here that will allow me to adjust these inward. So that'll be something else that needs to happen. But one of the other things I've been wanting to take care of is I keep using the garbage scow to go out and collect junk. But I mean, our ultimate goal is to start traveling to other planets. I want to go to that moon, then I'll probably go to this planet, and then who knows, maybe I'll go find another planet on top of that afterwards. Which means I have to start making plans to leave this base. So this bird of prey is going to become my my flagship, if you will. So this ship needs to be I needed to do a lot of stuff on it. So before I do, or while I'm doing that, what I want to do is I want to fix this up. And I'm going to do is I'm going to take off these collectors. And this. On both sides. I'm going to replace those with grinders. But I'm also going to take out these airtight hangar doors, and this entire grinder wall is going to get relocated up here. So I'll start by doing that as well. Those I need to do the same here, so I need to go to number 2 and number 6 and change my color back to these. And I probably need to do is pick up some I need some internal plates. The good thing I love about this, these nanobot mod here is I don't have to play with getting all the bits and doing all the trips back and forth to weld and grind and all that kind of stuff. So now I go 2. Seven. And we'll rotate. Well, we'll just go vertically. I don't think it really matters if they are. This will work. between these, I want to put there we go. That's going to make it now I have a wall of grinders where that loading bay is or was. And it's going to make that airtight, so I don't have to worry about opening that room anymore and venting air out into space. This room I've still got to keep closed and worry about, but not that one. So now what we'll do is we're going to take these grinders out. Okay, that eliminates those grinders. This room here is going to become my production facility. I'm going to put in a series of what do you call them? The refineries, exactly as I have down on the lower part of the deck. I just have to go recharge my energy yet again. These are of course the big refineries. I want to leave one space behind for, actually I could probably take the floor out and go that way. I don't need them visible to the front of the ship or to any part of the ship. So I could just do that. One. Two. Three. Four. It's got the, I hate it when it does that. Pretty sure that the refinery has pretty sure that has the connector on it in that side. So as you can see, this thing is building these up just as quickly as I can order them. Okay, so this is power efficiency, one of each. Yield module. Oh, why do you have to rotate, you stupid? Speed modules. Okay. So what this is going to do is this is going to order up a whole whack of refineries that are actually they're already working because this is plugged into the base. That's funny. These will process everything ore related for me. Now underneath here, I'm going to put in a couple of the basic refineries, the ones for doing stone. I'm really tempted to do the same as what I did over on the other side, just have a stone only input, manual stone only input, go through 2 or 3 of them, and then output. Literally exactly what I have going on here. Just copy this. Because I just want them doing stone. Unfortunately, stone might also end up getting kicked around to other locations, so I might have to work around that, but I think for now I should be fairly good if I just do it that way. Just go stone and then 4 of the level 1 refinery. So we just grab those. Which is 4, right? Basic refinery. Just going to change the color on those ones here because I want to have them identified as being different. One, and then 1. Anyhow, those modifications we have to do to the ship. I'm going to try to rig up a string for doing gravel only. I might have to work on this a little bit. I also want to build a array for doing processing of or production of components. I don't know if I'm going to use the smaller. I might put down a couple of smaller ones just to help with steel plates and silly nonsense like that. If I can find the entrance to this ship, which I have to remember to make a new one. Close that. One other thing that I want to take care of, number 6, change our point of view here, move away from the base slightly. One, going to bring up our K menu, and we're going to take the grinder, that block, and we're just going to add all of those. Save that block group. Okay, and then we will not show an inventory screen, not show in terminal, and not show in toolbar configure. Okay. Now we've queued the grinders so that they're functional now, and what we're going to do is go grab the starter ship that mighty and powerful little craft that we started this whole thing with. I think I tucked way down here someplace. There we go. And I thought I turned off, but all the lights are still on, so who knows. So turn on the power. We'll back it out of this. Fly it up here. Okay, now that we've brought it up here, one, we're going to power it off, then two, bring up our information screen, and we're going to convert this to a station. I thought there was a way to switch the faction on the ship. Oh, I could be wrong. If there is, and anybody knows, they can let me know. But I thought you could switch the ship to a different faction and then the grinders would automatically start doing their gig on it. But convert it to station so it doesn't move away. And as soon as I find where I put the entrance to this ship, it is time to retire the old starting craft here. So I'm going to turn on button 9 and button 6. I do want to change that point of view. Change. Let's go this way. Aim down slightly and there we have it. That is it for the starting craft. It is no longer, no more. It is now gone. Now I am going to do is I'm going to transfer the finish doing the modifications to this ship that I wanted to do with the implementation of all of the processing and sorting and such like that. I need to figure out how and where I want to put things, get all of that up and working, and I might finish the bottom of this off so it's actually filled in where it's supposed to be. Then, as I said, next I also want to start working on doing some of the modifications to this. So I'll bring you back after I have fixed up some of the modifications on this that I want to do. And next episode we will we'll take this thing out for a test spin, maybe after I get everything fixed up and done the way I want it. We'll consider taking this out for a test spin, and we'll see what we can do. So yeah, after that, of course, I still have to consider taking apart this base. This base location may have to be stripped down and torn apart. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do that yet. I think there's a way to change the faction on the base. Like, I don't know how I can... Yeah, I don't know how I can change the faction, because what I had planned on doing was actually just changing the faction of this base and allowing the grinder bots to chew it all up. So we're not sure what I'm going to do with that. I might have to manually take it apart, which isn't too big of a deal. It's still got to be unloaded. I have to empty out all the containers and compartments, and I need to get this functional. I should also remember to do is turn this back to a ship and rename it from base of cow. So we're going to do that here real quick. Info, convert to ship, and this is now the cow, bird of prey. And we'll hit apply changes. Okay, so there we have it. This is now ready to move forward into the next thing that we have to deal with. So eventually I want to have it where I just use this, I dock this to that, and I move this into a place where I'm going to get into combat, undock that, and utilize the bird of prey for combat, and bring the garbage scow in on top of it to clean up the mess, if you will. So thanks all for watching, kids, and I'll see you on the next episode. Good night for now.